This territorial instinct of the dog and his innate tendency to protect his master and property are used to good effect today by security companies, by the army, or by public organisations. Quite apart from the professional aspects, this characteristic of our four-legged friends has also given rise to a number of sporting activities practiced by the dog and his master, such as the ring and mondioring disciplines.
The ring is very much a working discipline, which draws upon all of the dog's natural abilities. In this discipline, the dog carries out several exercises, including jumping, obedience, and the so-called biting exercises. The dogs are really in their element. As dogs love to hunt, and just as a running dog enjoys chasing after a wild boar, for them the biting part is very important. A dog gets a feeling of pleasure in working with his master. It's even more than pleasure, it's a sense of genuine friendship, because a dog that works only for pleasure will go and fetch a pair of slippers at home. But the dog, prepared to enthusiastically carry out 19 different exercises, does so through friendship more than pleasure.
Whether defending his master against an attacker, protecting objects, or showing calm and obeying orders, these disciplines include all kinds of tests to develop the dog's natural instincts, while at the same time subjecting these to strict rules. These activities make it possible to gradually increase the animal's response to an attack while seamlessly combining calm and efficiency.
In the ring you will find this all-important degree of harmony between master and dog. This bond is vital, and it's important that the master and dog fully understand one another. Clearly, getting to that stage can require 3 or 4 years of work together. What we are looking for in the ring is an intelligent, well-trained dog, and it's no surprise that the best ring dogs are those that are well-trained and intelligent in day-to-day life.
From prehistory through the Middle Ages, dogs have also played their part on the battlefield. Their role has changed a great deal over the years, and today they are chiefly used to guard military facilities.
L'armée moderne a été dotée d'auxiliaires précieux, les chiens bergers. Chacun d'eux est confié à un soldat chargé de son dressage. L'animal doit devenir absolument silencieux, docile, souple et rapide.
Although you'd need to dig out film footage of the bombings of Britain or Germany during the Second World War to find the first pictures of dogs hunting for survivors in the rubble, dog teams today are involved at the scene of natural or technological disasters the world over. Once used exclusively by the major nations, such teams now operate all over the globe to tackle disasters and threats which have themselves gone global. Wherever there's an earthquake, landslide or tsunami, the dogs of the emergency services are there in the front line of the disaster relief work, putting their sense of smell at the service of the rescue teams.
Well, I was in charge in the police canine unit part. For the 8 months that we were there, I was in charge. Of course, I regret all of 9/11, but there's nothing I could do about it. I felt like I was in a science fiction movie. Like it was unreal what had happened. And we did not know why the buildings came down in the beginning. We had no idea why they collapsed. In the first couple of days, our mission was to use the dogs to try to recover survivors. Well, unfortunately, there wasn't many people to rescue. No dogs found any survivors, unfortunately.
The work carried out by these teams of dogs and their human helpers is the result of constant training and a close bond between dog and master. The disaster search dog is first and foremost out to please his master. He knows that when he does his job well, he gets his reward.
The dog makes no distinction between a real heap of rubble and a competition. Because above all, what we have here is a team of best friends working together. For the dog, the important thing is the fun of the chase and the reward waiting for him when he succeeds in finding the target. He knows that a dog biscuit is waiting for him if he gets it right. He is also working to please his master. Our successes here enable us to be even more effective and even more useful out in the field, so the work really pays off. That said, I never lose sight of the fact that the overriding objective is to save human lives with the help of this dog. He's already helped out at 4 earthquake zones, twice in Turkey in 1999, in India in the year 2000, and in Algeria in 2002. This is a dog with a career record to be proud of. As I see it, what counts is the end result. Today we're having fun. The only thing at stake is points, so it's not that serious. What is serious, though, is when a dog fails to locate someone under a pile of rocks. If there's a survivor, I want to find him. If the dog fails to find him, then I've messed up and failed. Full stop.
This can be a tough and testing job for the dog and his handler. The handler accompanies the dog wherever he wanders, and the dog uses up a massive amount of energy in his search. A search session should never be too long, as otherwise the dog may end up exhausted. One of the main theatres of action for search and rescue dogs is in mountainous environments. For decades now, skiers or hikers buried in snowslides or avalanches have been rescued thanks to the keen sense of smell of the search and rescue dogs. Lowered by helicopter into difficult-to-reach locations or carried on the backs of human rescuers into steep passages, mountain rescue dogs save lives on a daily basis. It should be remembered that natural disasters are often located in hard-to-reach regions or subject to extreme weather or altitude constraints. These geoclimatic aspects all need to be taken into account when training up a search and rescue dog.
Our aim is to compare how men and dogs react to high-altitude situations where there is very little oxygen present. We have noticed that dogs adapt to this much better than humans do, and we would like to know why. Our second objective is to find out if there are any ways we can better prepare those dogs being trained for use in natural disasters anywhere in the world. We prepare them here before they head off to the earthquake zones. These are dogs which need to be physically very hardy, have the stamina to make a sustained effort, and the ability to recover easily from demanding physical activities. We use shepherd dogs because of their excellent working capacity, because these are obedient dogs, quick to understand what's required of them. We use all breeds of shepherd dog, including German shepherds, Belgian shepherds, and border collies, who have shown themselves to be very effective for this type of work.
T'es à 17 minutes 30 de travail, 17 minutes 30, t'es bientôt au bout. Allez, relance bien le chien.
Some of these dogs are used to high-altitude work as they already work in snowy environments. For the majority, though, we regularly train them, as these are dogs operationally involved in rescuing people buried in snowfalls and who consequently undergo physical training and specific training tasks every week.
Et des entraînements de travail spécifiques.
Allez. Oui, très bien ça. Allez. Oui. Allez gamin.
Whether in the snow, on the ground, underground, or in among the rubble, the dog's endurance and amazing sense of smell never cease to amaze us. But they even have their uses in water too. Water rescue missions, whether from fresh or salt water, are something of a speciality for the Newfoundland. This powerfully built dog with its long, dense coat is a specialist in rescue activities. Bearing the name of the region in which it was once used by fishermen in times gone by, the Newfoundland is today universally renowned for this type of work. Sports competitions simulating these types of rescue situations are organised all over the world.
The act of rushing into the water to save somebody owes a lot to genetics and a lot to instinct. It is necessary to channel and cultivate this instinct to encourage the dog to react in a certain way to given situations, to react to the orders given to him, and to carry out his work as efficiently as possible. Above all, the work is based on the dog's own innate instincts. I think a real bond develops when you're leaping off boats, swimming and heading off to fetch someone. And I believe that dogs genuinely get an enormous amount of pleasure and fun from this. This pleasure can be plainly seen when you're in the water with them, thanks to this relationship which gradually builds up. And it's a fact that when dogs work well, they know it. You can see the satisfaction on the dog's face and the pleasure he gets from being in the water with us and then working with us.
Although the Newfoundland is well known for its strength and fearlessness in water, it is the dog's acute sense of smell which has long been its trump card in its relationship with man. The mucous membrane in its nose is dozens of times more highly developed than that of a human, and its memory for smells is impressive. This dog is naturally used to help find lost people or those sought for other reasons. Police dogs and tracker dogs are able to pick up a human being's scent trail among thousands of others. Whether victims of accidents or children and hikers lost in the woods or down in caves, every year many people owe their lives to a search or tracker dog's extraordinary sense of smell.